Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation Big Red 1, turn 6.4, Japan. It is July 1939. Japan has 2 tech rolls. First, I tried for improved construction at a 7 or higher. PB generated a 9, so I succeeded. Advanced to stage 2. Second, I tried for long-range aircraft at an 8 or higher. PBE generated a 2, so I failed. In the production phase of January 1939, Japan's turn, Siam aligns to Japan. That's worth 1, so I advance up to 30 IPP. Japan declares war on the Netherlands. The Netherlands becomes British-controlled. Great Britain moves up 2 IPP to 22. FEC moves up 2 IPP to 9. ANZAC moves up 2 IPP to 7. France moves up 1 IPP to 16. Let's see. USA gains 2D12. PB generated a 10 and a 2, so USA advances up to 23 IPP. Okay, let's see. Japan is going to complete construction of the fleet carrier this turn, and that's going to move USA up 1 more IPP, and it'll advance FEC up 1 more IPP. So FEC's at 10, USA's at 24. And I think I got all the changes that are occurring in the, hopefully correct me if I'm wrong on any of those values. Okay. I know I don't sound good, but I'm feeling so much better. I'm turning the corner. Production. Japan has 36 IPP to spend. I will get 5 militia for 10, 3 infantry for 9, that's 19, 2 marines for 8, that's 27, 1 artillery for 4, that's 31, and I'll complete construction of the fleet carrier for 5, that brings me up to 36. Combat movement. Let's see. All right, gonna do some antics here as far as map. So from this fleet carrier, 1 tactical bomber is going to fly to C zone P61 and go on map. Well, wait, hold on. I have a specific order. Let's see. Okay, so the 1 tactical bomber will come off here and fly to Java. It is going to land in Siam. So let's count that out. 1 to Java, 2 to P59, 3 to P50, 4 to land in Siam. All right, then from C zone P50, 1 tactical will fly 1 space to P59 and go on map to engage the submarine and the naval transport in P59. This unit is my screening force. Then, let's see. From C zone P59, the coastal sub is going to move down 1 and begin my screening force here to engage those ships with a screening force. From C zone P50, this submarine is going to move over to the torpedo boat destroyers in P51, and then those 3 ships will come down to P59, or I'm sorry, to P61, and join the screening force here in P61. Okay. From C-Zone P-59, now the tactical bomber will come in on map, join that screening force. It will land on the fleet carrier. The guy that's here, this tactical bomber, it will come off map and land on that fleet carrier. From Kwangtung, this fighter will fly 1 to P-41, 2 to P-50, 3 to Sumatra, and then it will land on the light carrier in P-50. All right. From C-Zone P-41, I'm going to have one light cruiser will move to P-61. It will go 1 to P-51, 2 to P-62, or I'm sorry, 1 to P-51, 2 to, what is this one? P-60, and then 3 in here, and it will join the screening force. Okay. From C-Zone P-41, one destroyer will pick up one Marine. And let's see, 1, 2. It will go 1 to P-50, 2 to P-51, 3 to P-60, 4 in here to P-61. This is the continuing force. If this Navy is successful, then it will drop off in lesser Sunda Islands. And I'm just gonna do that because I'm pretty confident that all those ships are gonna beat the destroyer. Boss and Bruce elected to have the sub taken last as casualties. So I mean, the chances of that destroyer beating everything off is pretty low. I'll undo this if that happens, and I'll also gnash my teeth and cry. So let's move Japan up 1 for the Lesser Sunda Islands. All right, what's next on my to-do list? From C-Zone P-41, one naval transport will pick up 2 Marines. It will move 1 to P-50, 2 to P-51, 3 to P-62, and then it will drop off 1 Marine in Dutch New Guinea and 1 Marine in Celebes, or Celebes? I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. Okay, so that puts Japan up another 2. Up to 33 for Japan. Okay. From C-Zone P-41, the other light cruiser that's still remaining there, plus the submarine that's there, will move down to provide protection for that naval transport in C-Zone P-62. I guess I should put that on camera. Here we are. Let's see. Got that. Okay, from Kyushu, one naval transport will leave port carrying 1 infantry and 1 marine. It will move down 1 to P-32, 2 to P-41, 3 to P-50, and it will drop off those 2 units in Sumatra to conduct an amphibious assault. So Sumatra is just going to have an infantry, a marine, and a fighter versus a militia. It's normal terrain. That's going to be what Sumatra looks like. From Kyushu, 1 destroyer will leave port carrying 1 marine. It will move 1 to P32, 2 to P41, 3 to P50, and 4 into C-Zone P59. It is part of the continuing force, and it will drop off, assuming that, well, what's going to happen is, for sure, I'm going to win this battle, because it's one tactical. I'll get one shot at the coastal submarine. If I succeed, the coastal submarine dies. If I fail, the coastal submarine will submerge, and then I will kill the naval transport. So no matter what, I'm going to take that, and then this guy will drop off the marine in Borneo. From C-Zone P41, one transport will leave port carrying 1 infantry and 1 artillery. It will drop off those 2 units in Borneo, and this will be my force attacking into Borneo. It's pretty thin, so I'm going to bring down 3 heavy cruisers to C-Zone P59. They'll be in the continuing force, and those 3 heavy cruisers will provide shore bombardment into Borneo. Okay. From C-Zone P41, the remaining 2 naval transports will pick up 2 Marines and 2 infantry, carry them down to P59. They'll be in the continuing force, and they will drop those units off in Java. So Java has 2 infantry, 2 Marines, 1 tactical, and then I'm going to bring down the 2 battleships, the battle cruiser and the remaining heavy cruiser, for those 4 ships to provide bombardment. Okay, and I think that's it as far as combat movement. So let's do some combat. All right. Okay. C-Zone P61. The defenders have a submarine that has a first strike because I don't have any destroyers. My destroyers are busy. So 1 defending submarine first strike at 3. Unusual that 7. Okay, unusual that the defender gets to do a first strike submarine. I have 1 coastal submarine at 2. Nope. I've got 2 torpedo boat destroyers at 2 there. Rats. Nope. I've got 1 submarine at 3. Hit. Oh, and it's a target. Well, the target selection doesn't matter. So his destroyer is going to get hit. So really all that matters is my 1 torpedo boat or tactical bomber at 7. This is on map, so if I hit this, the submarine dies. And I do. So I did kill those 2 units. He gets his destroyer at 4 to fire back. Well, this is a pretty lucky start for me. Okay, so that's that battle in P61. Let's do the other battle in P59, the other naval battle in P59. I have a tactical bomber at 7 versus his coastal sub. Oh, it almost missed. All right, so I had a really great, usually one of those Dutch subs lives. But my price of killing those subs is that I'm a little bit thin in Java. It's really going to matter if I get lucky with my bombards. All right, Sumatra. Let's do Sumatra. It's jungle, so that's not going to affect my infantry or Marines. So I've got 2 at 2 with an infantry and a Marine, and then 1 at 6 with my fighter. Miss, and then the fighter. Shoot. Okay, he's got 1 at 2 with a militia. Ooh! Okay, so to my Marine. So infantry at 2 and fighter at 6. Shoot, a 7 twice. Get rid of that one. I'll try a different die. He's got 1 at 2. Miss. I've got an infantry at 2 and a fighter at 6. Oh my God, that was even a different one. And he's got his militia at 2. Oh my God. Infantry at 2. Hit. Okay, his militia at 2. Don't hit again. Okay, whew. All right, well, that's as close as you can get. So I lost a Marine there in Sumatra. Japan takes it with just an infantry. And that fighter lands on the light carrier in C-Zone P50. Okay, and Japan goes up 2 to 35. All right. Now let's do Borneo. I have 3 heavy cruiser bombardments at 2. Yes, okay, great. So Borneo falls to an infantry, a marine, and an artillery. That's worth 2. The seaplane dies, the Dutch seaplane. So Japan goes to 37. All right, now my thin attack in Java. I have 2 battleship bombardments, hoping just to get 1 hit with my bombardments. Shoot, that's not good. 1 battle cruiser bombardment at 3. Shoot, and then 1 heavy cruiser at 2. Nope, this is not a good way to go. Okay, I've got 4 at 1, because Java is mountainous. 2, 4 at 1, and then I've got 1 at 7. Miss, 1 at 7. Hit, and he's got 2 at 2. Whoops. Jesus, 1 hit, this is not good, and 2 at 4. So that's going to be a Marine that I've lost so far. Okay, so I lost 1 Marine. This is not good. He lost 1 militia. Okay, I've got 3 at 1, 1 at 7 versus his 3 remaining units. So 3 at 1. Oh my God. Oh my God. I got 2 1s. All right, well, that's amazingly lucky. And 1 at 7. Okay, that was a 1-2. So I got 3 hits in a row. So he's got 2 at 2, miss, and 1 at 4. Okay, that was unbelievably lucky. That was great. I sucked with my bombardments all missing, but made up for it with tremendous luck with infantry at mountain, or in a mountain terrain. So I take that with 1 Marine and 2 infantry, and that's worth 2. Did I move up 2 for Borneo? I bet I did. I have myself at 39. That feels too high. I feel like I was at 28, or maybe I was at 29. Wait, what did I do? Was I at 29? And then I got plus 7, so I was at 36. And so I went up 1 to 30 with Siam, and then 9 for Dutch East Indies. Okay, I'm at 39. I believe that's correct. Okay. Non-combat movement. Wait, I don't think I moved these 2 guys. These guys are down here because they carried the 4 units to Java. Don't think I remember to move them down there. Okay, so I should have 2 destroyers left. 1 destroyer from P50 moves up to P15, goes in port in Kyushu. 1 destroyer from P41 moves up to P15, goes in port in Kyushu. The naval transport from Kyushu leaves port carrying 2 infantry. It will move I was thinking of moving to Hunan, but now I'm not so sure if I should do that. Yeah, I will move all the way down here, go in port in Kwangtung, and drop off the 2 infantry in Kwangtung. I don't think my Hunan idea is very good. Okay. Okay, we got this. Let's see. That looks pretty good. I think this is good. Let's bring down 2 fighters from Korea to Kwangtung. And then let's do some amoeba movement. From Rihe, 1 infantry moves to Suyan. From Suyan, 1 infantry moves to, what's that called? Hope. From Suyan, 1 cavalry, 1 motorized move to Shangtung. From Hope, 1 artillery moves to Shangtung. From Shangtung, 1 infantry strategic rail moves to Kwangtung. So I believe that gets me up to 4 infantry in Kwangtung and a marine. From Hunan, 1 infantry will move to Kwangtung. And let's do from Shangtung, 1 infantry moves to Hunan. Okay, so I have 5 infantry in Kwangtung, 1 marine, 2 fighters, and then there'll be a militia there. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Let's place units. In Rihe, I will put 1 artillery. In Kyushu, I will put 3 infantry, 2 marines. I'll build the fleet carrier at the major shipyard in Kyushu with those 2 destroyers. That leaves me 5 militia. 1 in Suyan, 1 in Hope. Let me get a green chip, just a second. Hope has a militia and 4 infantry. One militia in Shangtung. 1 militia in Hunan. And I should have 1 more militia left. Did I drop 1 on the floor? I thought I had 5. Oh yeah, here it is. And 1 in Kwangtung. Okay, so let's do disposition of forces. Let me see, is there something else I'm supposed to be doing? Hold on. Placement of units. Oh, collect income. So I'm at 39 plus 1 for Beiping, 1 for Hope, 1 for Shangtung, 1 for Nanking, 1 for Hunan, 1 for Kwangtung. So 45 IPP for next turn. Okay, disposition of forces. In Rihe, 1 artillery. In South Sakhalin, 1 militia. In Tokyo, 1 infantry. In Kyushu, 3 infantry, 2 marines. In Port and Kyushu, 1 fleet carrier, 2 destroyers. In Korea, 1 fighter. In Suyan, 1 militia, 4 infantry, 1 mountain infantry. In Hope, 1 militia, 4 infantry. In Shangtung, 1 militia, 1 cavalry, 1 motorized infantry, 1 artillery. In Hunan, 1 militia, 1 infantry. In Kwangtung, 1 militia, 5 infantry, 1 marine, 1 naval transport in port, 2 fighters. In Formosa, 1 militia. In Okinawa, a militia and a seaplane. Volcano and Bonin, militia each. Sea Zone P-45, a submarine. Marshall Islands, a militia. Caroline Islands, a militia. Palau, a militia. In Dutch New Guinea, 1 marine. In Sea Zone P-62, 1 light cruiser, 1 submarine, 1 naval transport. In Celebes, 1 marine. In Lesser Sunda Islands, 1 marine. In Sea Zone P-61, I need to land this tactical. I've messed up. One of these tacticals, the one that was in Java, lands in Siam. That's what happens. The one in Java lands in Siam. So 1 to Java, 2 to P-59, 3 to P-54 to Siam. Okay. In P-61, 1 light cruiser, 1 destroyer, 1 submarine, 2 torpedo boat destroyers, 1 coastal submarine. I think I did Lesser Sunda and Celebes have a marine. Java has 2 infantry, a marine. Borneo has an infantry and a marine and an artillery. Sumatra has an infantry. Sea Zone P-59, 1 fleet carrier with 2 tactical bombers, 1 destroyer, 3 naval transports, plus 2 battleships, 1 battle cruiser, 4 heavy cruisers. In Sea Zone P-50, 1 light carrier with a fighter, 1 torpedo boat destroyer, 1 coastal submarine, 1 naval transport. In Siam, 1 militia, 1 tactical bomber. Next up is Boston Bruce with 6.5 Commonwealth and 6.6 France.